So we are Keiran and Pete from Off the Job Podcast.
Is that it?
I was going to let you go. I'm Keiran.
I'm Pete. This is Off the Job Overtime. Yeah, today we are at Wickes in St Albans, and we've got a tool marking event with SelectaDNA, CT1 are involved, Fixed Radio are here, you can see. So yeah, we're going to get some interviews today from people, talk to people about what's going on, and how we can combat this problem that we've got. Go on, Keiran. I'll let you have a bit of a word now.
I'm struggling to keep up with you because you're like moving around.
Can't help it. I'm very animated, didn't I?
But yeah, no, people, they're giving away free tool marking kits. Someone's already just come up to us saying he does bollards.
Bollards? He said, hey, you like me? He said, yeah. I'll do this. And we're like, yeah.
It'd be good if you had a mobile one.
We don't organise the event, but thanks.
If he done mobile one, so when you park up, you just put it around your van.
Yeah, that's it. Put them all around your van, innit? That'd be a good idea. Well done. Maybe we put that one into the think tank here, and then we'll promote it somehow.
But yeah, so we're going to do some interviews today. And
this wind is doing my hair. Didn't you hate it when the wind does your hair?
Come here. I don't know if I want to touch you because you've got a rash.
Oh, I've got a rash, mate. Don't. I come up in a rash last night. It was really bad. I was wondering if I was going to make it here this morning. I wasn't sure if I was going to wake up dead. But, we're here.
But stick around. We're going to do some interviews.
Maybe
show you around this event.
Maybe we'll see some celebrities here or something. You never know.
I'm next to one now.
Yeah. Okay. Shoaib!
Yes.
He's here! Shoaib is here, the main organiser of this thing. He's the one who puts all this together, aren't you, Shoaib?
Well, yeah.
Have you had some sleepless nights?
Quite a few, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is the second one of these after the actual tool rally, isn't it? Because you had one in Birmingham as well. Mm-hmm. This one in St Albans at Wickes. How's this one compared to the one that we didn't go to because Keiran was on a flight late?
Well, that one was all right, to be honest, because that was in Birmingham and Sturchley. Not the busiest areas, but we still did 146 kits.
Yeah.
So we're already, what time is it now? It's 9:30. It's only been an hour and a half. We've done about 46 kits already.
Oh, blimey. That's good. That's good going. Yeah, I've interviewed some of the people because it's good because what you're doing, people are being shown how to use these things as well in demonstrations and that. And all the feedback off of the people who have taken them is it's a good thing, isn't it? But
a lot of them don't really understand what this is because they just think
exactly.
It's all about educating, and that's why it's not a retail product. It's all about showing people how it works, what it is, the technology behind it, how it's linked to the police system. As I said, I've been to the compounds before. I know how much tools are sitting there, and they just can't return them. And they're trying their best to return them, but writing your names on them doesn't help.
Yeah. So we know this takes an awful lot of your time, and you put in a whole lot of effort into it. And what I want to know is, and what we wanted to know as a team, because obviously because you are the face of it and all that, is there any implications here for you, like security implications and stuff like that? No, it's not even. I'm not even joking, sort of thing, because. Do you know what I mean? Do you worry about that at all?
No.
Have you haven't had anything online that is negativity from people who might
nothing at all. To be honest with you, I'm not scared.
No, I know you're not scared.
I'm not worried I'm not worried about these things because I know I'm not doing anything wrong.
No, you're not doing anything wrong, but there's some.
Apart from the phone call that you made for me once.
Oh yeah. There was
That's the only thing I was worried about.
No, but it's a big responsibility, and you're facing it, and a lot of people who do this sort of thing, you're combating or trying to stop a crime, which is obviously an organised bloody crime, which people make a lot of money off of us. So obviously your personal safety, you're all right though. You're fine with it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's not something have you thought about it though? Have you ever thought about it?
Didn't cross my mind.
It hadn't crossed your mind.
No,
now he ain't going to sleep at night.
I should have asked him this. I'm not worried at all, honestly.
No, good.
I'm not bothered about it.
Good.
Because I've been to the car booth sales and I've had threats where they said to me, I'll smash your face in, and I've stood there.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, you've got to understand, when they're doing something wrong, they're already guilty of it. They know they're doing something wrong. And all it is just awareness. We're trying to make people aware not to buy these tools. Don't encourage them to buy this stuff. Yeah. And just don't buy them. Because the more you're going to buy stuff like this, it's just going to make them do it even more.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's just putting them off it, really, isn't it?
You need to. That's the thing, isn't it? The deterrent is there. You can be a deterrent yourselves, whether or not you're getting a SelectaDNA kit or not, or you're locking your tools up. You can be the deterrent by not buying moody tools from these places. So
that's what it's about.
Yeah. So have we got any we got any more events coming that the people should know about?
So we've got one on the 24th of March, and that will be with JJ Roofing.
Yep.
It's in the Brent Cross area. So I'm going to be doing that with them. Then on the 1st of April, we've got another one that's on the other side of the river,
Yep.
towards Dartford. You're coming down to that one as well. That's with the Met Police.
Yep.
We've got another 2 or 3 dates, and the Wickes want to do a little bit more as well. So they
Yeah.
said they want to literally do it nationwide.
Well, yeah, because
But they're going to take a little break after these two, and then they're going to sit down.
Yeah.
We're going to sit down with a plan. Probably do Manchester maybe, because everyone's saying, well, you haven't come down to Manchester now. Birmingham was a big one. We've done that. We've got a few things planned, so hopefully I'm going to get there with that as well.
Good job, my friend. Good job. Thank you very much for. You've done a finger shake. It's a bit uncomfortable with that.
So I'm with Lauren from Fix Radio. Thank you for coming to chat with me.
You're welcome.
They've been giving out lovely bacon rolls today, providing the breakfast for the tradespeople.
Always. We're
Yeah.
always here to provide the food and the fun.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, the music. Yeah,
Yeah.
how have you found today?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been like nice, constant, steady trickle of people throughout the day. It's good that people are coming down to mark their tools because
Yeah.
I think, it's such an important issue in the industry. And more people need to get involved and do it so that police can kind of return them to their rightful owners.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been good. Met some lovely people, yourselves, obviously.
Yeah, how do you feel about, because obviously I'm just assuming you don't have a trades background, so
Don't
Ha-
assume.
I never trades background.
No, I don't, to be fair.
But yeah, how do you feel about the issue? Was you aware until these events started happening?
No, not to the extent of it, to be honest. I mean, we talk about it on the radio, so it wasn't
Yeah.
until I started working at Fixed Radio
Yeah.
that you understand how bad a problem this is in the industry. But before that, you're just naive to it. I don't think
Yeah.
the general public actually realise how much this is affecting the whole trade community.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mental.
Yeah, definitely. It's a knock-on effect, isn't it? So, yeah, if your tools get stolen, the general public can't get their jobs fixed.
Yeah.
So
And then maybe the price of the jobs goes up, and it affects everyone. Mental health, obviously, people if this is happening to them, then they're going to be, not in a great mental state, and just it affects everyone really. So I think, I was very naive before
Yeah.
working in this industry.
yeah, like you say, even was you at the march in London?
Yeah.
There's a lot of, obviously, that gets the general public to see what's going on,
Yeah.
because they can see vans
Yeah.
hooting, be like, what's going on here? So yeah, that it gets the message out to them. So it's little things like letting tradespeople park on their drive
Yeah.
to help. Although people have stolen tools on people's drives, but things like that, if customers won't be against letting them park on their drives.
Yeah.
To help prevent this, but yeah, every little helps. Everyone's going to have their own opinion.
Exactly.
On it, but yeah, I believe it all helps. So
We had a lot of feedback, from people when we were out on the tool theft rally, just being like, oh, this is actually a real issue. Actually, we support you.
Yeah.
It's an inconvenience, and that traffic got kind of messed up throughout the day and whatnot. But they're like, actually, that's a real issue to be protesting about. So I think the support actually from people when they hear about it is there. It's just something needs to change, doesn't it? And hopefully
definitely.
events like this will help and raise awareness of.
it's all good stuff. Like I say, every little helps. But yeah, thank
Exactly.
you, Lauren. Cheers.
Cheers, no worries.
Right, so I'm here with Frank from Stolen Tools UK.
Hello, mate.
Nice to see you.
You too?
I was expecting to see you at this event, actually, because, you sort of like same sort of thing, innit?
Yeah, that's it.
What are you thinking today?
Oh, mate, yeah, it's been a real good turnout. In Hertfordshire, St Albans. And, mate, unreal. Thank you for coming down.
Thanks for having us. I like the... You showing you're doing the demonstrations yourself on this.
Yeah.
I was watching you earlier and you was getting into it, and
It's in my heart.
Yeah, I actually interviewed a couple of people who had just been demonstrated, and they all seem to like the product and seem to think it's a good idea. So
The way forward.
way forward, and prevention, obviously.
That's
So,
it, mate.
have you what have you seen any of late? We've seen some high-profile videos on your page
yeah.
of such things, which
Lots.
obviously. What we don't want to see is the particular video. I think we're talking about Paul Underwood.
Paul Underwood, yeah.
His video went viral.
Yeah, it did, mate. 2 million views on that one, and then we got another, I think, 1 million views on his first video. His first video was 2 million, and then yeah.
I mean, what we can say about that is, I mean, he came off better than some people.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
he? Do you know what I mean?
sure,
he still had a damaged van and that, and the perpetrator's got a bit of a kick in.
Yeah.
But the thing I worry about here is when it's going to go too far. Do you know
That's
what I
it,
mean? And the tradesman actually does some damage to someone, and then they are the actual criminal.
The
do you know
criminal,
what I mean?
yeah,
they become
mate.
the criminal.
Yeah.
And so this sort of thing is going to prevent that happening, hopefully. Do you know what I mean?
That's
More
it.
awareness of it, so that we want deterrence, so people aren't actually even trying it.
Yeah, that's it, mate. So at the moment, tradespeople, we're just fed up. Everyone's fed up of their tools getting nicked, vans getting damaged. They're going to work.
Yeah.
They're worrying, mental health behind it. You're on a job, and you're always coming out at lunchtime, or you're looking at your van. Oh, thank God I ain't been done. Tradespeople all across the country. We get tons of messages daily, break-ins galore. We get 20 to 30 messages a day, mate.
Yeah.
I can show you my Instagram now. It's bombarded with break-ins every day across the UK, particularly in London, bigger cities. But with the help of SelectaDNA, marking your tools. So what we're trying to train now is tradespeople to start marking your tools. We can't stop the tool theft happening. No, there's a long road ahead, but we can certainly help tools being recovered.
Yeah.
Instead of them sitting in lockups with the police stations and containers full of tools, we can get tools back to the tradespeople, and that's the way forward. That's we're changing that perception of marking your tools.
Yeah, and also
mate.
with pages like yours, obviously, general public, general awareness of.
That's it, mate.
It's not.
Yeah.
We're not going to tolerate it, and the public should be aware of what stresses and stuff we go through.
That's it. All big awareness. So the page has helped a lot. You're reaching thousands of people. And, if it's not a tradesperson, everyone's got a family member who's a tradesperson, or you even have tradies at your own home getting your kitchen done. You can let people know and say, look, actually, are you watching the van? Or even now, there's a lot of clients now are offering tradespeople, park on my driveway, don't worry.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of tradespeople have come forward and said, look, the clients are actually getting a lot better. Like, they're understanding us. Yeah, like, they let us park on the driveway, or like they're paying for a ticket that we could just park outside, like permits, stuff like that, especially in London.
There's nothing worse than that. When you go to a house in London and you think to yourself, they go, no, we haven't got any visitor permits. We don't have a car. Yeah, we don't have a car. We've got no permits.
Park 2 blocks away.
Yeah. You don't have anyone come around to do any work? No, we don't have any visitors. Why ain't you got any visitor permits? You know what I mean? It's the same old, isn't it? But what made you start the page? Was it because you was a victim of it?
Oh, mate, I was a victim 3 years ago. So I got done 2022. And, mate, I reported the theft, had all the evidence. Within an hour, my case was closed. I lost $4,500 worth of tools, wiped me out. I went to Facebook. I was a few groups there. I thought, I went on. I said, well, no one's reporting this. I felt lost. I felt let down from the police.
Yeah.
So I went to social media. I vented on social media, on Facebook groups. People came forward. I've been a victim too. My mate said, why don't you do a page, something on Instagram, just like see what happens.
Yeah.
So we done a page. First year was like a bit quiet. A couple of videos went viral, and then, mate, flooded. Tons of victims came forward. I've been a victim.
Yeah.
And then, actually, what I realised was there's a big community and there's a lot of tradespeople out there felt alone.
Yeah.
There was no support. Unfortunately, back in the day, there wasn't many companies behind it. Now there is. It's been amazing now. Like, we've got CT1 Fixed Radio. You guys, girls, SelectaDNA. We've tons, and there's a big community now, and we're doing these tool marking events to help tradespeople mark their tools, and showing actually you're not alone. We're here.
And that's the thing as well. I think what I want to add to that is as well. Like, I noticed on a lot of posts.
Yeah.
We're doing these things where we're doing like tool marking events, or we're going to London and demonstrating. You'll get a lot of negativity on the post saying, you're not going to make a difference. What would you say to people?
Happens.
What would you say to people who are thinking of commenting on the post?
Oh, mate, we get it all the time. Like, what's a comment going to do? What's a video going to do? But what they don't realise is actually, there's a lot of mental health behind this stuff. People have been done, lost thousands, and pushing people back, clients. But so when there's negative comments, we actually we've had tons, and actually we had a troll literally trolling us from January, kept trolling us, and actually we educated him, and actually now he's like one of our supporters. So just education and say, look, actually, okay, it might not look like we're just posting a video and or what's it going to do, but the boot sales we're pushing for next week, Parliament, that's a big step, massive. So actually, although you see it negatively, have a bit of education behind it and what's happening and the reasoning, and actually you change your mind and it's happening. Narrative of a lot of comments and stuff like that, and they end up becoming supporters.
Yeah. Well, that's good, mate. Well, but carry on the good work.
Oh, mate, thank you, and likewise as well. And we're all in it together. That's one thing I want to say. You're not alone. If you've been a victim of tool theft, you are not alone. There's so many companies out there now supporting the whole thing. We're behind you. Don't feel alone, and we're here for you.
Thanks.
All right, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Sweet.
It's all right.
So I'm here with Scott from Testo. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. What brings you here today?
Well, we support Shoaib. He's one of our largest influencers for Testo, and we've always supported him on all his tool market events. With the Tool Theft Rally in London, we were there as well. So we'll always support it, and as a business, we offer a 50% discount for anyone who does get their analyzer or any of their products stolen out of the field. So as long as they've registered with us, we can still offer it. So
that's good to know.
We like to chat about it while we're here.
Yeah, so you work for Testo, but you've actually been an engineer in the past, so you know the struggles, tradesmen getting their tools stolen and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was a gas engineer and a contractor for multiple years. I've worked for other boiler manufacturers. I've done refrigeration, airflow, solar panels, everything under the sun. So I've had more tools than I know what to do with, and so they're all worth a fair amount. I've been very lucky and blessed not to have mine taken, but I've seen the kind of damage it can do. So it's pretty important to do this sort of thing to mark it up and make sure they're looked after.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to raise awareness. I think. Yeah, they're going to be doing multiple of these now around the UK, so it's good that it didn't stop at one event and it's carrying on, so it shows there's going to be sort of progression with it, but it just takes time.
Yeah, I say we like to be in the show support with it as well. I mean, I've been here and I've marked our products as well, so I carry a certain amount of stock to show around the country and show the Testo products, and I could still be susceptible to it. I've got, even though I drive a car and not a van, I could still have them taken. So the idea that I've now marked my tools and I've marked my analysers and my pieces of equipment to know that if they did get stolen, I could look for them later is a fantastic way of looking at it.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, you've marked this product. Is it a new thermal?
Yeah, so this camera's literally just been released Monday. So Monday this week. So Monday 17th, it's just been released, and it is a new thermal imaging camera. Prior to this, Testo have had loads of thermal imaging cameras on the market, ranging to multiple thousands of pounds for guys that do massive surveying equipment. But this one is aimed at probably more so the heating engineer world, especially for the market that we deal with. And it's sitting at a really good price point. So it is a smart probe. It does connect to the phone. So it literally just syncs to your phone via Wi-Fi, and it will do the same thermal imaging properties as a camera that's probably worth 3 or 4 times its value. You can do looking at measurements of radiators, delta T's. You can look at thermal properties in refrigeration for windows and door leaks, for underfloor heating, finding pipework, tracing pipework, and all sorts. And it registers all to the phone, and you can report via the phone as well. So the same way you would do with all of our Testo equipment through the app, you can register full reports. You can look at different images and actually give advice over it and email it direct to the customer as well. The big change is the price point for this. So our normal cameras, like I said, are in the £1,000 mark and over. This one is actual retail price at $349. So the biggest difference being that your average gas engineer or your average heating engineer, plumber, floor fitter, whatever, they can actually go out and say, do you know what, I can pick one of these up. And they are readily available now, so they can go and pick them up from our website or from their local wholesaler.
Yeah, because we were saying earlier, a lot of people don't really realise how these can help you. They don't understand the different functionalities.
So I mean, you can look at underfloor quite often. Someone's put a nail through a pipe. Things like that. It does happen. Everyone makes mistakes. But if you had a leak underfloor, you wouldn't be able to tell exactly where it is necessarily. And with this, you'd be able to see it. So you'd be able to see the actual path of the underfloor. You'd be able to see how far the gaps are, the spaces are between the pipes, and you'd be able to find that leak. If you had a hot pipe somewhere traced in a wall, you could see that. One of our guys used it, funny enough, he's got a new build, and quite often they drop the microboard through the wall, and you don't know whereabouts in the wall it is. You could trace that. Turn the heating on, you could see where those pipes, as long as they're creating a thermal image onto that flat surface, onto that wall, you could see it. But you can adjust the colour settings on these as well. So if you were doing high temperature stuff, if you're doing cooler stuff, you can adjust all the temperature palettes, temperature ranges. You can do thermal spots on it as well. So it's got such a vast potential.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things I think you probably wouldn't use it every day necessarily, but it's one of those things that would probably save your life in one job.
Yeah, definitely.
And make the world of difference.
It's one of those tools, just nice to have in the tool bag.
Yeah, and it does. It comes in this nice little soft shell case. It's solid. It's going to be looked after, and it comes with a USB-C charger as well. So if you are in the van and you think I could use that, but I don't know when was the last time I charged it, plug it into the USB-C port in the van, and they can charge it up as they go. So it's ready for the job.
Yeah, nice.
And it lasts for ages. I think we had it on an event the other day. I think we had it on for about 5 hours straight, nearly 6 hours, and it lasted for the battery life for the entirety of that. So
Yeah, perfect.
you've got the option. You can hold it in your hand. You can leave it on a tripod. You can attach it onto the phone. You can do whatever you want with it. It's quite a versatile product, really, compared to one of those big sort of handheld speed gun kind of cameras. It's a bit more easy and mobile for sure.
Nice. Well, thanks for talking with us. Thanks for coming along to these events, supporting it. I think it's a good thing Testo are doing, offering that 50% if your tools have been stolen. So thank you.
So you just need to make sure it's registered on the website, register at the serial number, register it to yourself, and then all we need is a crime reference number when it's been stolen, and we'll give you 50% off of a new adjoining product.
That's nice. Cheers, thank you.
Lovely. Cheers, thank you.
Cheers.
This is my friend Nicola Walsh. She is from CT1. The marketing director, are you? Are you the marketing director?
Marketing and sales.
Yes.
Dual role.
Yeah. And we have Claire Frame from SelectaDNA
Hello.
at the tool marking event that you are giving out free packages
Yep,
for tradespeople to mark up all their tools.
we are. And we are also helping give out, because obviously we support SelectaDNA, and myself and Claire have built up a great friendship and partnership. We've been kind of involved since pretty much the beginning. So CT1 are also handing out kits. So obviously purchase them off SelectaDNA, because the end user, you guys that's who we want to give back to, because we understand the plight, and we always want to help the end user and our customer base too.
Well, CT1 are always supporting the trade, didn't they?
Yes, we do, yeah.
And how long have you been with SelectaDNA, Claire?
5 years, work anniversary this week. So yeah, five years, thank you. 5 years. And I think, just like Nicola said, this is lovely to see. I think it was a year ago we met, didn't we? We started as a conversation, and to see the collaborative effort is just incredible. Picking up momentum, people being aware of, obviously the kits and the benefits of them. But it wouldn't be possible without people like Nicola and, Wickes and Fix and everybody really that's here today. So,
yeah, it's a great supportive thing going on, isn't
absolutely.
it? When you get a lot of people like this, it's a good thing, isn't it? But we always touch on this.
Yeah.
It's always to do with, thank you very much. Is the mental health side, isn't it? Because within the trades industry, mental health is quite a big thing, and when people's vans are being broken into and they don't know whether or not they're going to walk into their van with the doors hanging off because some scumbag has done it, then preventing it and doing things like this can only be a positive thing, can't it?
Yeah.
I think as well on that point, what we see when we do these events is people want to talk about it. And I think actually, yes, it's about providing them with a kit to mark their tools and talking about crime prevention, but actually it's about giving them a space to talk as well, and actually talk to other kind of tradespeople that have had that challenge.
Because that's regarding mental health, a lot of people find it hard to talk about anyway, innit? So this sort of thing can bring that out, and then people can actually then express themselves and get things off their chest what maybe they normally wouldn't. You know what I mean?
And I found it really interesting as well. It's actually off the when we spoke at the podcast the last time, and I was speaking to my new friends over here at the police, that the general public don't realise, even themselves, they didn't realise it was such an epidemic, because there's so much crime in different areas. But tool theft, they didn't even realise themselves the extent it has on tradespeople, which are the founding structure of the UK, because they're here to build, repair constantly. But as well, it's a really education piece for the general public, because you had mentioned as well, a lot of tradespeople, when they go to do work on a house, they won't allow tradespeople to park on their driveway. and have to park down the road. So I don't think they even realise the extra anxiety and pressure they're putting on people, inviting them into their house to do a job, but also the fact that they have a van down the road and they're kind of like itching and twitching and going, is it okay? So that's an education piece as well, because I'm sure it's hard for tradespeople to say, well, I need to park on your driveway. How do you broach that? It's all, so kind of stuff like this, and that's put all over socials, and then obviously the police are involved. People will really, I think, have a better understanding and empathy for tradespeople.
I mean, generally speaking, when I walk into somebody's house and they've parked their cars on the drive, I generally say, pass your keys. and they go, well, I beg your pardon. I go, I'm just going to move your car.
That's a different kind of theft, Peter.
Yeah. We're talking about tools today.
I'm just going to park there. I'm just going to park their car 50 yards down the road. You know what I mean? No, but I did a video on that once, and it got a lot of engagement through people saying about tradesmen going, yeah, exactly. I feel the same thing when we're working at their house, and they're then expecting us to like walk maybe 100 yards down the road, and then wonder why the job takes twice as long because we're to and fro from the van. Sort of thing.
I find that really bizarre to learn why. But why aren't they allowed to park on driveways?
Because it's my driveway. It's my driveway. I pay my mortgage and it's my driveway. So if I want to park my car on my driveway that I've paid for, then surely you can park on the road. You know what I mean? But it's sort of like a little bit of courtesy, isn't it? If you're expecting someone to work in your house, then at least it's like you wouldn't invite someone into your house and make them sit on the floor, would you?
No.
It depends.
Well,
depends who it is.
Peter, I would let you park in my house, right?
Well, blame you. I don't know about the van. It fits, doesn't it? It's green, isn't it? So that goes with the Irish thing.
Well, it does. Yeah, but I just think something like this is just, it's a real education piece. And what we're doing with Wickes as well is that we're trying to build a community with Wickes. So it's like DIY and the tradespeople, but also like the neighbourhoods within, because they like to do a lot of DIY. So it's actually trying to bring the tradespeople and local community together. Because I have sometimes the general public, again, have like maybe a stereotypical image of like a tradesperson. And some of them get a bad rap, and that's absolutely not the case.
That might be a bit my fault.
Well, I'm saying nothing. But something like this as well, I think, is trying to join the two together and have a bit more of an empathy on tradespeople and what they have to go through. No payment, tool theft, not being able to park, traffic, just the daily kind of grind. And again, without tradespeople, we wouldn't be living in the houses. No. They'd be falling rack and ruin. So thank you, Peter.
You're welcome. Well, thank you very much for joining us, ladies. And
thank you.
Go and we get some cookies, yeah?
Maybe a few.
So I'm here with Steve from S B Multitrade. I thought it'd be great to have you on because, I know you've been affected massively by tool theft. So, it'd be great to share your story on what's happened.
Well, I had, about 2 years ago, my life fell apart. I ended up staying in a hotel because I had nowhere to go. Just finished a job, so the van was Ramo. Done everything you could possibly think of doing, like backing it up to another car, getting the van under the camera. They ended up doing my van over. I had about 10 to 15 grand's worth of tools stolen in one hit, all in 4.5 minutes. 22 seconds to get in the van, 3.5 minutes to empty it. Mentally, it done me. I nearly took my own life. Felt worthless. You feel like there's no way back. My van insurance wouldn't pay out because I was in a hire van, not my own van. So there was a loophole there for them. But it hits you massively. People don't realise the mental health side of things, of what it does to a trade, because you're not only just nicking a few tools, you're nicking their way of providing for a family. And without sounding sexist, from a man's point of view, our jobs, as an old school bloke, the way I've been brought up, your job is to provide and protect. So if you feel like you can't provide, you don't feel like you're succeeding in being your dad role or your father figure that you're meant to be. So,
Like you say, it's very hard. People don't understand the mental health that has an effect. So what was the sort of steps getting back to
the whole steps I ended up doing a bit of recovery driving work for a while.
So you actually stopped doing the trade?
So I closed up. I was ready to close shop. Done. I couldn't. It's not. I didn't want to work. I didn't have tools to do the work. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't do anything. So I'd done a bit of a recovery job for a while. Then I got a phone call from Southampton police station and they said they had found my tools. So I zipped down there. I done a shout out to Fix Radio. I was like, yeah, I'm getting my tools back. All this lot on a buzz. And then when I got down there, I showed them all serial code numbers and that, and they couldn't prove they were my tools because they had scratched all the codes off. So I walked away with nothing. Even though I knew some of those were my tools, I walked away with nothing. So I phoned Fix up and I was like, do not do that shout out. Before I knew it, it was already out. Brad and Sam got in contact with me and said he wanted to do a little bit of filming on tool theft and stuff. So I did that. And they surprised me with about 10 grand's worth of walk gear and got me back up on my feet. So that was my little angel lift. Does that make sense? I could never ever thank them enough because they've done so much.
Yeah, like how that gets you.
Yeah. And then from there, the whole Fix Foundation was sort of brought in together. Really, I wouldn't say because of me, but that was sort of a start of it. And they've helped loads of others since then. But that was my lift to get me back up and going again. From there, it's funny how I say it because a lot of my friends, even one come today to get his tools marked up, and he went, "Your tools getting nicked was a blessing for you," and I was like, yes and no. Do you know what I mean? Yes, because if it hadn't happened, I wouldn't have been getting involved with Trades United and doing the rallies and the tool marking, and I wouldn't have got involved with Fix Radio and bits and pieces like that. But the same principle, I'm not here for all the big influencers and not here to gain all millions of followers and all that lot. I'm just a general guy just trying to earn a bit of bread for his family and crack on and try and be comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
So how did that affect your home life then?
Home life, it ruined it.
Ruined
it, man. Absolutely ruined it. Like, as I said, so I had a bit of issues. I split with my partner at the time. We're back together now, but at the time I split up with her, and then I lost all my tools within 2 weeks of apart.
You felt like everything happened.
Everything that. So I started my company when I first got with my missus, 13 years. Well, it was 14 years ago now, but when it happened, it was about 12, 13 years. So everything you feel like you've put your dedication, hard working into your family and tool-wise company, had just been ripped away from me in 2 weeks. And that is why I found myself at multi-storey car park. I nearly took my own life just because I felt like there was no point. Everything you've ever achieved or everything you think you've succeeded in is just gone.
So yeah, obviously after going through that experience, what advice would you give to someone out there? Protect their van, protect their livelihood?
Listen, we can do... I'm not going to big it up and say you can make your van virtually impossible to break into, because if they want to get in, they'll get in. But the thing we could do here is delay them as best as we can and also help the police in being able to retrieve the tools back to their rightful owners. Because believe it or not, a lot of them sit here and go, the police aren't doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're not bothering, all that lot. I've seen it with my own eyes. So Shoaib, warehouses where they've got millions of pounds worth of tools sitting there, and it's not because they don't want to return them. There's no way of proving who owns what. So this is why it's so important for the SelectaDNA here to get your tools marked. And yes, as I said, it's not going to stop your van getting broken into, but when they retrieve the tools, because they are bloody hard working on it, that they will be able to retrieve them and give your tool back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, well, thank you for sharing your story.
No, I appreciate it.
Great. Yeah, great event. Good to see people there.
It's good to see you again.
Cheers, mate.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Right. I've got Gary Kibble here from the Chief of Marketing and Digital at Wickes. He's very pleased to be on the podcast. He came up to me and said, "Can I please go on your podcast?" And I went, "Yeah, all right then, Gal, come with you." So what are you thinking of the event so far, Gary?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's pretty good, actually. It's great to be here. We're trying to build these events to build out our local communities and support our trade customers, in short. So far, so good. We think we could probably have sort of 150 to 200 people turning up today. We've got loads of partners, and it's going to be a great day. Yeah,
well, we've seen it. I've done a couple of interviews already with people who didn't even know the event was here, but they've just stumbled across it, and they've come and got their SelectaDNA packs, and they're thinking the product already. They're thinking it's a good bit of kit.
Yeah.
It's a clever bit of kit, isn't it? Have you've actually seen it and seen it in demonstration?
I have. I just had a demo, actually, and I was pretty blown away by it. I couldn't actually get my head around it until I had the demo, and I think it's incredible with the kit. And will really help tradespeople. And the single biggest driver of mental health within tradespeople is tool theft. So anything we can do, working with partners like SelectaDNA to help our trade customers, is really important to us.
We talked about mental health, but the main thing we think about in the morning is when we shut the van door, is it going to be open and ripped off later on in the day? So a deterrent
Yeah, absolutely. And whether it's a deterrent in terms of SelectaDNA or it's about the stickers from SelectaDNA on the van. Interesting enough, I was just talking to the local police who are here today, and they said that there was one particular criminal, and his tactic was looking for white vans in Premier Inns. And what he used to do is just tap the side of the van, and the sound that the van made would dictate whether it was full of tools or not. So they're pretty clever, these criminals, unfortunately.
Yeah. And they're quick as well, aren't they?
They're bastards, aren't they? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But,
they're quick. As you say, they're in and out. And not only have you got to replace thousands of pounds worth of tools, you then can't get back on the job.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not... And the thing that I always try and say as well is what we want to make the public aware of it as well, because the public, they hear about a tradesman or tradeswoman's van being stolen, like the tools being taken out of it, but they're only just thinking of that. It's only the tools, but it's not, is it? It's the replacement of like the door that's been ripped off, the lack of work that they've got, and then replacing the tools again. So it's a massive like implication on like money and finances.
Yeah. So I think there's three things, isn't there? There's massive disruption to your point. There's massives of cost, and there is a negative impact on mental health. And those three things together create it as a real, I suppose, opportunity for us to support our customers in trying to protect their own property.
Yeah, and you, obviously you as well, considering because you're a massive tool outlet, you don't want this crime happening on your property as well.
No, we absolutely don't. No, and anything we can do to stop it is in our interest, but more importantly, it's in the interest of our customers.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for joining me, Gary.
No worries. Good to meet you.
Right, so we're still down here at Wickes, and you stumble across a few people, and I've stumbled across this gentleman. Please introduce yourself, sir.
My name's Richard Westwood from Van Safe Parking.
And what do Van Safe Parking do? Because this sounds quite interesting.
Well, Van Safe Parking will hopefully be going live in June, and what we're creating is a membership scheme, so for the trade, but basically anybody that travels with equipment. We've had photographers and mobile mechanics being interested. We want to do locations like Wickes and hotels, and the members will pay £20 a month, and for that membership they will get discounts off potentially places like Wickes and hotels throughout the UK. But the main thing that we are providing is K9 units. So what will happen is when you come to somewhere like this, you'll have the flag with our logo on it, Van Safe Parking, and we'll have a K9 unit, a man, woman and a dog that will be patrolling here at the opening hours, and the same for the hotels. Hotels will be 6 at night till 6 in the morning, and places like this will be all day. On top of that, obviously the discounts are also, if somebody has tools broken into whilst there is a Van Safe Parking K9 unit here, as long as they send us the crime reference number and insurance details and things like that, we will advance or forward a payment of up to $2,500 to basically plug the gap, because insurance can take a week, 6 months. So we will help these people get back trading. Because like I was saying, if someone gets into your house and you lose a TV, however bad it is, you can work without a telly. You cannot work without your tools. So we want to basically help with that. But we need members. You know, we need the volume. The more people we have, the more locations we can do. But if you even if you don't use somewhere like Wickes because you're a photographer or something, you'll use the hotels. And I'll give you an example. One in Luton, I think it's 4 nights, £500 to stay there. You'll get a 20% discount.
Yeah.
So that £20 a month that you're paying,
you've made it back.
You've got £100 back. So you've actually got £80 in your pocket. So if you're a tradesman that travels, you're talking £3,000 a year.
Yeah.
If you've got 4 or 5 vans, so it's
well worth you having it. Yeah.
And on top of that, you get trade discounts as well. So that's what I want to do.
Security.
Oh yeah, the security is the main thing. So you go to a hotel, if it's a Van Safe Parking, somebody's there looking after your gear from 6 in the morning till 6 at night.
Exactly.
And I don't want to be rude. No one's going to go where there's a K9 unit.
Exactly.
We were looking at manned, but like you say, there's too many videos of people in Tesco's walking out with trolleys of alcohol, and they don't do a lot. Where a K9 unit, if we had it here now, you'd have the flag, you'd have somebody walking around with a K9 unit. If somebody drives past here, we will not have manned ever. Every time you see our flag and logo, there's a K9 unit.
Yeah.
They're going to drive straight past, and they're going to go somewhere else up the road. They're not even going to try it.
Well, why would you want to get your leg bitten off or your arm
for the
bitten
sake
off?
of the tools?
Because they're opportunists, a lot of them anyway, and they're not going to want to deal with a canine unit.
No, and even if, I mean, when they go, they don't go to hotel and do one or two, they do 5 or 6 vans.
Yeah.
So even if they manage to get in here and get to one, they're only getting one, maybe 2. But we can help if that does happen. We're going to help,
and that's it. And if one does get done, you're gonna help.
Absolutely, and it's literally the moment your crime reference number. As long as you show us that you're insured, and you say, "Oh, we've lost £1,000 worth of equipment," for example, we'll send you that literally straight away, so you can start trading. None of this messing about for a week. Once we've got the information, we'll send that to you straight away. No messing about.
Sounds promising.
But we need the numbers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So where do we find you?
At the moment, we've got the website is up and running, but it's just a register your interest page. Next week, we will be adding. So when you click on to register, it will be a direct debit form, so you can actually go on there, log on, all the details. It will be starting in the 1st of June.
Yeah.
But we need people when it's live, and we'll obviously let you know. I mean, we'll have guys like yourself on Instagram. We'll have the hotels. They'll be advertising it as well because they're on board, obviously.
Yeah.
But once that's ready, we'll see the numbers. So when the 1st of June comes, we'll see. Well, we've got 5,000 members, 10, 100. But like I say, if I had 100,000 members, we can literally square away a huge part of the whole UK. Obviously main cities first, but we can branch out. But the more members we get, the better it is. And we're also looking at airport car parking, so you can take your vehicle with your tools in to a car park. You'll still pay £9-10 a night, whatever it is, but where we are, we'll have 24-hour K9 units, not just as in all day every day, and it'll cost you the same as you would anyway. So we're looking to say to get, look, £20 a month, you're going to save hundreds, if not genuinely thousands a year. And that's the genuine. That's what we're looking at. In theory, we shouldn't be needed, but something else needs to be. Something else needs to be done.
So when this goes live, what we'll do, we'll put something out to where you can get involved with it, where you can subscribe, and if there's any companies out there, or hotels, or builders, merchants, or whatever, then get in touch. Get in touch. And
but we need the car parks. A hotel with 5 or 6 we need hotels with decent sized car parks that we can, we want to fill it.
Yeah.
Ideally, we'd like to have specific areas of that car park, like they do in big places with We Buy Any Car sort of thing. Specific areas where Van Safe parking members can park with the orange cone. You've got your parking spot done. And we're also looking at parking. So some of the companies we're speaking to that again want to work with us are when you go and you might get an hour free. If you're a Van Safe parking member, you'll get 3 hours free.
Yeah.
And if it's a paid car park, you'll get discounts. So for £20 a month, it seems a bit of a winner for these guys. So that's what we want to do. But we just need the numbers.
Thanks for joining us and
not a problem.
sharing your business to us.
Not a worry.
So I'm here with Kev, Elsby Engineering. Are you an engineer?
Pipe fitter, plumber, gas engineer, domestic and commercial. Installing air source heat pumps, original badman.
Nice to see you again, Kev.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So what brings you here, apart from me?
Because you messaged me, so I turned up. I didn't actually know it was going on, but I'm glad I did. Found out about the DNA stuff. DNA stuff was pretty cool. Got a sausage roll. Come and seeing you guys, always a pleasure. What else did I do? Seen Nicola from CT1.
Yeah, got yourself some CT1.
some goodies. So that was good.
You love your van. You're organised. You love your tools.
Yes.
Have you managed to mark your tools up yet, or you just got it today?
I haven't as of yet, but I've got some today. I've registered it already, so I just need to apply it to some tools and things like that. So I think it's important. I think it's really important. Like the UK, it's like an epidemic. People stealing people's livelihoods. I don't agree with it. Someone tries to sell me a tool that I don't believe it was theirs. I'm not interested because I don't want to be the guy that's saying stealing tools is wrong, but then buying a tool that could be stolen. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and unless I can prove beyond reasonable doubt, I know where it's come from.
You've had your van done, haven't you?
They've attempted, but because I've got locks and things like that, like they never got in. They've done a little bit of damage, but they never got in. And every time someone's had an attempt on it, I put more security on it. So the last time they attempted, I stuck an alarm on it. at a cost, you know what I mean? Like spending like £1,000 or whatever it was on an alarm just to protect my livelihood.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have to do these things to.
Well, that shows locks do work. A lot of people get through no matter what, but for some reason, in your case, it's not happening.
I think going with the right company as well. I went with a company called Van Secure, and they sorted me out. Paid for them all myself and whatever, but they really, really sorted me out, and they made me feel at ease. And I think that company in particular, they're always coming up with new bits and pieces, like to, you know, work out where the weak points are. They're strengthening them.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, thanks for chatting with me, Kev. Always good to see you. That'll do.